Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video we're going to go over dragging. So in the last video we already set up the page and the CSS. In this video we're going to go over the actual dragging process. So in the HTML5 I set up everything is draggable except this one. The value is not draggable, so this is not draggable. Everything else actually is. Okay? So here in the Dart, I'm going to say element list drag query selector all. Remember all of the elements that have the class draggable. It equals that particular variable. Okay. These are on methods: onDragStart, onDrag, and onDragEnd. So when you remember on methods, you do something and it triggers the methods inside of the brackets right here, okay, that you want to do. You want to do something itself, right? So for onDrag, think of it onDragStart. When you left click and you first make the first move out, that's the drag start. It's instantaneous. onDrag, right there, onDrag is the ongoing motion that you have, and onDragEnd is the letting go of the left click. Now that's different from drop. Drop is you move it and you have to drop it into a particular location. Now, if you drop it in a particular location, by definition, it's the drag end, right? But if you're supposed to drop it in the basket, but you drop it here, that's not truly a drop. That's a drag end, but that's not a drop because you didn't drop it into an appropriate place. Okay? So just to get the definition straight. So we have drag.onDragStart.listen, same thing. But the different thing about this is the mouse event E right inside here. Actually, I'm going to say, yeah, E dot ID. I'm sorry, E dot target. The different thing about this is that the E can have several different characteristics itself. Let's just start with this. Let's get the JavaScript console out. So drag me, button drag, that's the ID. Basket, that's the Dart, and that's the text drag. Remember, we cannot drag this. So we can actually access the mouse event E. What we could also do is here say print I am dragging, and on drag end you can print done. So Dart right here, I am dragging, so notice the numbers going up. It's a continual process, and then when I let go of the left button, done. Same thing with all these other things, all these other icons. So that's how you trigger the start, trigger the ongoing motion itself. Every time you move the icon or the element, you are triggering the onDrag event, and same thing with onDragEnd. Now, what if we want to do more than something like this? Okay, we don't want to just print this. We want to get some more value out of it. Well, there's a few things. Number one, when you click on something, the E, right? What is that? It's a mouse click. It's a mouse event, right? So it's basically a click. Now, that's good because we want to click on what are we actually dragging. That's important to know. But we want to sometimes assign other values to that. The drag event should have some other type of information in it to access for the future. So how do you set that information? How set it up? Well, you would say E dot, so it's the mouse event, E dot data transfer dot set data type text data. This is a drag start. So what you do is e.dataTransfer. Data transfer simply means transferring the click information and setting it using a setter, right? Setting it to have another value have some other value. That's basically a setter, right? So e.data transfer, the text here is something like that's basically a variable. The You could put like binary in here if you're going to use an outside binary. You could put URL, you could put image, anything here. But actually, this is not important in terms of what you put. So some people have it capitalized, lowercase, which is not the same thing, remember. But you could put anything. I'm just going to put here um, V, 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 okay? Something on the keyboard. This is a drag start. And I'm just going to do this for example purposes. Now, what if I want to get this information itself? So this is set to have the value of this. Good. Now, how do I get that information back? It's not that easy, but what you would have to do is say print e dot data transfer, again, dot get data, VVV. So when you think about it, as long as this equals this, we usually use text, but I'm using this as just an example itself. This is basically the variable with this value inside of here. That's the confusing part also. So when you start the drag start, you're going to transfer that data, this type of data, and the drag start is going to have that characteristic, the value of VVV, which is this is a drag start. So let's see what happens when we do that. I'm going to left click it and move it. Basket. Wait a minute, what's going on? Get data, print. Dart. E.data transfer set data. This is a drag start. Print E. MouseEvent E. This is getting the ID. Am I printing the ID? I don't see where that's coming from, actually. I guess I didn't cross my fingers on this one. E.data transfer set data. That should not make a difference whatsoever. That works now. I'm not sure why VVV did not work. Wait a minute. I'm a little inconsistency with the single quotes and double quotes, but that really should not make a difference. I don't know exactly what happened in the very beginning because, like I said, it shouldn't make a difference. But when I do the drag start, this is a drag start and then done itself. Now the value that we're getting is this right here. Now the question, of course, is going to be, well, what's the difference between printing this and that? Well, I don't have to actually print this. I can do something else with it altogether. But that's the data that I can actually get. I could put some other value inside of here. I could use it. Uh, let me take a look here. I could do. Let me think here. Window.alert VVV and have, for example, variable. Let's make it string. And I'll say VVV equals. That's kind of the same thing though, isn't it? I could have put that information right inside here, but let's just say I want to do it only when I let go, when I'm done here. So I don't want to do anything until I let go, and then it's going to actually come up itself, as opposed to not doing the printing right here. So I save that data in the system for when I wanted to access it later on. So those are always options. Again, this is very simple. It's just triggering the onDrag methods themselves. And this is not really practical, right? So what we want to do is drag, drop things and stuff like that, but we're going to get there, all right? But we're just going over the basics right now just to get the concepts of, because this, I really struggled with this and I still struggle with it, getting this information right inside of here, setting the data and getting the data back was very confusing. I hope it wasn't that confusing for you though. All right. So let's keep moving on. Thank you.